What is up, Knights of Vex? We are hours away from Grand Arena, but before we get there, we gotta ensure we get the highest possible score in Coliseum, depending on where you are in terms of the error levels and who you decided to rank up. So, we're gonna showcase 3 different team comps today. One, how to get to Tier 6. One, to score a somewhat decent score in Tier 6, because my lone units and my marquee characters are just getting one shot off the bat. So I'm gonna show you a strategy that worked best for me. And I'm going to show you my very end game account where I am getting the Episode Pass Plus, getting the Marquee Pack for the 2 error units, and show you guys exactly what my lone unit levels are. So, again, all the strategies are going to be different because everyone has very different lone units. Some got the pack, some didn't. So, the first thing we're going to showcase is the free-to-play account. The free-to-play account is doing a 5-star unlock of the new characters with no Episode Pass and no Episode Pass Plus. So, all free to play, no crystals invested into Coliseum. So, what I want to show you guys really quick is going to be the team comp for the free to play account, which is going to be the one where I did not overly invest into Darkside Vision Yoda. I am only going hard for Jade on this account, and I think it's helping me out pretty well because I was able to get all the way to Tier 6 on this account, and I'm currently standing at about almost an hour and a half, 2 hours in at rank 23. It seems to be extremely competitive this time around with Coliseum. I have only been able to get rank the 600 once. Only one time. Every single time has been 300. Very competitive shard. Lots of players are getting the Episode Pass or even the Episode Pass Plus. I thought by me going to 4 or 5 star, I would get a little bit more of an advantage, but it is getting a little bit of a competitive nature. So, the goal is to land in the 61 to 90 range, but I'm more than likely going to be ranked at the 300, because I think yesterday I got 95. I was so close. But maybe today. So, we're going to showcase the team comp really quick. So, for the free-to-play account, nothing really different over here. I am going to go with Jade Knight Luke lead. That's going to be different from my previous video, because at error level 50, Jade gets a big boost with having him in the leadership slot. So, over here, you have the Jedi Triumvirate. Then we're going to throw in Kira, because she has really good assisting in the offense down on a basic. And then CLS is going to be the initial team comp for the free-to-play players. Now, will this work at error level 41 lone units and a lower Mara Jade? I can definitely see it doing it. You just have to be really cautious with the debuffs and surviving. So for the most part, your 2 sides are going to die on the first ambush. But after that, your Jedi Triumvirate is going to carry you. So, what we're going to do now is head over to the video really quick and show you guys exactly how I got it done. And this is the team comp, pretty much the same thing I said before. This is going to be the free-to-play account with a 5-star Mara Jade. The lone units are 43, she's at 53. And we're going to show the strategy really quick to show you guys how I got this done. I was able to get to Tier 6, which is very difficult once you get there. But over here, you're going to start with the basic on Mara Jade. Now, Great Dragon's going to do the spit. We all live, luckily. So over here, I was debating this turn. I end up going for the vulnerable on Luke. I want to get the crit. Go for a basic on CLS. Buff removal on Kira. Over here, I'm calling CLS to assist because I really want the speed down. Really important debuff on the crate. Sticking to basics on Mara Jade. Calling her to assist with Jedi Knight Luke. Now, once the crate is down, I go for a basic over here. I call CLS to assist with Kira. I get the speed down. That's the most important part. Tenacity down with your CLS. Now, I'm just going for the really big damage with our Mara Jade. So, you want to try to land as many debuffs as possible. Go for the middle ability for the offense up. Kira's going to go for a basic that's offense down. So, those are pretty much all the debuffs we're going to be able to apply for this beginning turn. So, 2 of our characters die. The Jedi Triumvirate live. So, over here, the goal is now to blitz down the Great Dragon before he gets to another big hit. So, I'm just going to stick to Mara Jade basics over here. We're calling her to assist pretty much. I do end up going for the middle ability here for the offense up. He is going to remove all those buffs, but it's just ramping up our damage. I do go for a basic to remove the buff. I'm going to get the cleanse from Cal Kestis. I'm going to go ahead and cleanse Mara Jade and call her to assist. We're at 86%, so we're getting a little close. I decide, let's just blitz him down, go for the big hits. He kills my Jedi Knight Luke, go for a big hit, that's 93%. Now over here, it's Cal and Mara Jade. I'm calling her to assist. Once he's down to 4% remaining, I know I have this in the bag. That's 99%. And then over here, go to a basic. That's 100% on Tier 5. That puts me into Tier 6 where things get really, really tricky. Like, honestly, it's such a weird strat. You have to just survive. So I was happy I was able to get that done, but with my current setup on my free-to-play account and the loan units that I have with my Mara Jade at 53, you're getting one shot. Your entire team is getting one shot. I tried so many different team comps. I don't have the the credits to level up my marquee characters any further. So for the free-to-play account, this was my best bet. I'm not going to show the version where I got really good RNG and I got a couple of dodges on my Dark Trooper, but I will show you this version, which was on my free-to-play account. So over here, it's going to be Jedi Knight Luke lead, Dark Trooper, Han, and Chewie, and Mara Jade. So the goal here is to just deal as much damage as possible before he one-shots you. So Han Solo is always going to shoot first. Chewbacca is going to be assisting, so that gets you a little bit of damage. When you have Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker in the leadership slot, she starts with Jedi's Will. That's going to give her 25 speed, I believe, or 25% speed, something along those lines. That's going to ensure that she goes before the Krayt Dragon takes a turn because she can deal some damage. So I end up going for a basic over here. I think it's going to be one of her strongest hits. You could try going for the second special, but you're going to get one shot. This is a little bit of a good run because my Chewbacca did survive, but I've had better RNG runs that I didn't want to post because not a lot of players are going to get this type of run. So Dark Trooper is in here because he could survive throughout the battle. But if you do get a lucky dodge, then maybe you can do some more damage than me. Stick to basics with your Dark Trooper. Chewbacca is going to assist if he lives. So I think if Chewbacca doesn't live, you're going to end up getting 2 or 3%. I think in this run, I get 3 or 4. Probably 3%, but it got me at 6,500, I believe. 67. So that's not terrible. Honestly, it put me at the top 25, I believe, at the end of this recording. So I do want to showcase how I was doing here. Do I show it at the end? I do not show it at the end, so that's my fault. What I'm going to show now is a quick battle on my main account, if I could time it. Let's see. Right here. So my main account, which is going to be 7-star Mara Jade, Episode Pass plus the $30 marquee pack for both characters. So I could have leveled up my Mara Jade further, but I'm trying to see if Darkside Yoda can do anything at the higher levels. I am pretty sure if you guys are going hard with the credits and wailing harder than me, that Darkside Yoda is doing really big things in the later tier. I have seen and I've practiced with swapping out Talon with Chewbacca. I personally got a better score swapping out Talon with Chewie. A lot of players are doing Yoda, Darkside Vision, and Talon. It didn't make the biggest difference for me. I'm sure at the higher levels, the higher lone unit levels, and Dark Yoda at 70, 75, that it's going to be a lot better. But for my particular situation, this was the best for me. The reason why I like Chewbacca here is the tenacity down and the guard going on one of your characters. So you're going with the Jedi Triumvirate, Yoda Darkside Vision, and Chewbacca. And I'm going to show you guys the run really quick. I think I could have gotten even more damage with a little bit better RNG and timing. So I start with a basic from the on the crate. We all survived. Now, I tried CLS, I tried Kira, I tried Mace. None of those characters were living at this level. Just couldn't get it to happen. I don't know if it's bad RNG or what. They were not surviving. So this was my best combination. Over here, I'm going for I think I go for the assist on Cal, because I want to give him Jedi's Will and start to stack up Mara Jade's passive. That might not have been the best play, but I was just trying to deal as much damage as possible. You might want to wait a turn and do a basic instead. But at the same time, Darkside Vision Yoda has a buff removal on a basic, so I think that's what was my mentality. So I go for a basic on Yoda, I go for a basic on Chewbacca, and at this point, I'm calling Mara Jade to assist. Chewie's going to assist because guard is on Cal. Go for a basic here. You're giving Terminator to Luke. Go for the vulnerable. That's going to be a debuff. Over here, I'm trying to see if there's any debuffs being applied on Yoda's kit. I think I stick to basics only because of the damage. So I do get a pretty good hit from Yoda. I go for the middle ability here on Mara Jade because she does do defense down on that ability and gives my team offense up. So I'm sticking to a basic because it's tenacity down. Now over here, I don't know if this turn is good or bad, but I know that Cal can do speed down on his first special ability. So I'm thinking speed down on the Krayt Dragon is really good. That's less turns. So let me give it a shot. I go for the speed down. It lands. So now I get a bunch of more turns with my other characters. I think I've done this in the past. I didn't get the recording. They end up surviving the first bit, but in this run, for some reason, they don't. But over here, we're going to go for a big hit from Mara Jade. That's 47%. Basics, 54% from Darkside Vision Yoda. He's actually doing some pretty good damage on the later on tiers. So over here, I'm going for a big hit from Chewbacca. Now, somehow Mara Jade jumped the line. I go for a basic over here. I applied 4 debuffs. Now, again, previous attempts, I was able to get my characters to live. So in this run, they all get blown up really bad. So I'm not sure what changed. That got me to 63% onto tier 6. So I don't know if that's going to be the best for me currently, but I tried my very best. That is going to be the best that I came up with for my account with my lone unit levels. Talon, I got to 61%. When I put Chewbacca in there with the tenacity down, I was able to get even higher. So hopefully that this helped you a little bit. Again, I'm not really sure if it's the best to invest into Darkside Yoda yet. If I could have gone back differently, I wouldn't have put any of my resources into him. I think eventually we're going to have to because of him being a requirement for, obviously, Jar Jar. But on my free-to-play account, I brought him to level 30. I was like, you know what? I'm seeing some good videos about him doing well later on. But I still, if I had to make the difference, I would probably put all of my resources into Mara Jade. The biggest crunch right now is going to be the era level currency, which is kind of hard to get. The only way I can get it right now is by purchasing the crystals or the pack. And this is a free-to-play account. I'm not doing it. I actually haven't done on any of my accounts. And another annoying thing, this is just it's not the biggest deal. It's just kind of annoying. With the episode quest, they kind of messed up the timing of this with the new schedule. We can't activate the one from the day before because Grand Arena doesn't start until like 2 hours from now. So that's a lot of XP that can go towards my next era level, 38. And with that, I could rank up my Mara Jade even more. So I think a lot of players are dealing with this currently. But if I were you, I would still not overly invest in Yoda yet if you're free to play. If you guys are whaling, Darkside Vision Yoda is going to be doing big things for you. But I think stick to the plan. I'm currently at rank 23. Like I said, the goal is to try to place in the top 90. I've only done it once throughout the entire Coliseum run because of how competitive it's been. But I want to know if this strategy helped you guys. If you guys have a better strategy with similar era levels and marquee levels as me, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys have a better strategy in general, regardless of your era level, also let me know down below. So I want to thank you guys all so much for tuning into this video. I hope it helped you a little bit increase your Coliseum score, gave you some good RNG, some good tips. So if it did help you, don't forget to drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more content from your boy Vex. And I'll catch you guys in the very next one. May the Force be with you all. Peace.